In a secluded village, surrounded by dense forests, lived a young boy named Peter. Peter was 10 years old, brave and adventurous, always seeking new thrills. He lived with his parents in an old house on the edge of the forest, and they constantly warned him to stay away from the depths of the woods, especially after sunset. But Peter never listened to their warnings. He was fascinated by the mysteries of the forest, and believed the old tales about the supernatural were nothing more than myths. The villagers often spoke of eerie legends about the forest. They said that jinns, supernatural beings, inhabited its depths, waiting for anyone foolish enough to enter their domain. The elders would tell stories of children who vanished, never to be seen again, as if the jinns had pulled them into their dark world, a place from which there was no return. Yet Peter dismissed these tales, believing them to be mere superstition. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in a golden twilight, Peter decided it was time to explore the forest. It wasn't unusual for him to wander the woods, but that night, something felt different, as if some strange pull was calling him deeper into the trees. He felt an odd sensation, like a presence watching him, but he brushed it off, thinking it was just his imagination. As he ventured further into the forest, the trees grew thicker, and the light dimmed, leaving the world around him cloaked in shadow. The air turned chilly despite the warmth of the evening. Peter felt uneasy but ignored the sensation, determined to uncover the truth behind the stories he'd heard all his life. Suddenly he froze. He heard whispers, faint and indistinct, carried by the wind. It wasn't the sound of the forest, not the rustling of leaves, or the chirping of insects. No, it was something more unnatural. Peter hesitated, but the curiosity burned within him, urging him to move forward. He followed the whispers until they led him to a strange clearing. The trees around him seemed to contort into distorted dark shapes. His heart raced, and his breathing quickened, but he refused to turn back. Then, out of nowhere, a figure appeared before him. It was a hazy, translucent form, barely visible. Its face was distorted, unclear, and its eyes glowed a deep, unsettling red. A chilling voice emanated from the figure. "You are here now. You cannot leave." Peter's pulse quickened as he tried to step back, but something held him in place. It was as if the ground itself was pulling him down. His body felt heavy, his legs frozen in terror, as if he were caught in some invisible force. The figure stepped closer, and the air around him thickened, suffocating him. The trees seemed to whisper louder now, echoing in his ears. Before Peter could react, the ground beneath his feet split open. He felt himself being sucked into the darkness below,